Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of March 20th. This week, definitely check out astrojar.com for more awesome readers and astrologers. We're also going to do the reading a little bit differently this week, and I'm going to split it out into sections. I've done it in the past, but we're going to do it different. So in your first section here of finance, work, career, things like that, we have the Six of Hearts. Definitely a very good card. Represents turnarounds and a turnaround type energy in those areas. So work, finance, career, again, even if you're retired, very good for seeing turnarounds in your finances. You could still be investing in things like that. So it's a great card for that. But mostly, again, returns on your time as well. So wherever you're investing your time into things, like, again, work, you could see a much better return at this time. Amazing card for negotiations. So again, if you're involved in any work negotiations or even any other financial negotiations involving things like buying a house or even buying a car, this is a very good card for those things. Kind of gives you a little bit of an edge. And also, I would say, more importantly, allows you to see both sides, which can be sometimes very beneficial when we are negotiating. Also in finance, you have the Five of Clubs. Card of going on an adventure. Some of you could be maybe starting new jobs or even literally going on some sort of like travel adventure that costs money, or it could be something even for work where you're traveling for work. You could also be starting a new job or a new business. Again, starting a new job or new business can sometimes be an adventure, especially if it's something you have never done before. Then it could definitely be like an adventure. This is also a very good card for using your brain. So it allows you to use your brain this week and to have kind of original thoughts. Also, trust your original thoughts this week. Even looking at some of your other cards, very like original, I guess is the word that comes to mind. So trust those ideas and trust those thoughts. In the area of love, we have the Six of Spades. Six of Spades is a card of fate. You have two sixes this week, as I always say with two sixes. A very good sign that you're kind of going down the right path this week. You're doing the right things to get what you want, which is always nice. But this is a card that represents fate. So for those of you that are single, you could have a very fated encounter this week where you meet somebody kind of out of the blue, somebody new. If you are in a relationship, this can represent incremental improvements, things actually improving. And even if you are single as well, this can represent improvements as in you kind of improving and maybe finding somebody new or finally getting the courage to speak to somebody new or that person that you really like. So definitely a good card. And also in the area of love, you have the Lovers. Very good card for love, obviously. Represents love coming in. It can also represent having a choice to make. It can represent having a choice to make in love between two people, or even just trying to come to some sort of decision as to like what you like in the first place. During this Venus retrograde, it makes a lot of sense. You know, during Venus retrogrades, we make those decisions. We're like, what do we like or what do we not like? And you could be coming to a lot of those conclusions at this time. For just general advice, you have the Nine of Clubs. I always say this is a card of trying to be recognized, trying to stand out, and trying to do things that can get you recognized as well. So this is things like at work, stepping up and doing extra responsibilities, taking on extra responsibilities. In business, this is like going above and beyond for a client. And even in relationships, this is a card of just trying to do extra things in relationships to get noticed. So take advantage of all those opportunities. Also a card that says, like, if you're starting something new, like a business, to try a bunch of your ideas. It's a card of ideas and kind of having chances. So I know that's a little bit confusing sometimes, but it is a card of trying to give yourself as many chances as you possibly can to get something that you want to work. Next, you have the Three of Hearts. Great card for just your emotions in general. It kind of says that things will be very stable this week, and also you'll be feeling very positive. It's like the card of emotional happiness, card of just happiness in general, and having good feelings. And finally, you have the Ten of Hearts, Fortune after difficulty. Good things happening to you after a difficult period of time. Also a great card for travel and an amazing card for networking. You're probably going to hear me say that a lot in 2017. It's a great year for networking and getting into groups in general and finding better people that can help you. I think a lot of people are going to be kind of reassessing their relationships this year, both in love and also like work or financial relationships, and really trying to figure out like what's working, what's not, and then making those changes. So you could be, tens represent change. So you could be finding yourself making a lot of those changes even this week, or at least thinking about those things. I also think that a lot of you, just looking at the cards in general, I think a lot of you could be where maybe you would have like done something in the past for somebody to help them out in some sort of way, whether it be like work or just to help them in general. I think a lot of you might be looking at those types of situations where somebody asks you for help, and you're actually starting to think that, like, you're starting to think about like whether it's important to you or not. I think you're starting to make better decisions for yourself, basically, and you're not just being so giving of your, like, too giving of yourself, right? It's always good to help people out. It's always good, don't get me wrong, it's always good to lend people a helping hand. But I think at the same time, you might be, especially with these cards here, you might be thinking more about whether you're being taken advantage of or not. And again, I think you're going to be setting more healthy boundaries, which I think is a good thing at this time. So thank you for watching, and enjoy your week.